Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start calling these late night, early morning chronicles. That's what I'm gonna title them to be. But look, as I was going to work today, I've been trying to early vote for the last couple of days. But every time I made the effort to go early vote, there was always something going on at work that deterred me from going to early vote. So today, I decided not to let nothing change my course of direction and making sure I went to early vote, right? So I know early voting people have been early voting for a long time. They've been doing their mail-in ballots, and that's a good thing because what nobody knows is this election is very important. And I understand we hear all these things on TV and we have everybody's opinion, but you need to know what you want for your family, what you want for your children's future. It is important for us to step up to the plate and do what we need to do if we want to change the narrative and the course of actions of our lives, right? I know a lot of people say, well, I'm struggling. They price gouging. Gas is high. Food is high. Rent is high. Everything is high. And the president don't do nothing. You need to educate yourself. You really need to educate yourself. A lot of the problems that we have is on local levels. We don't say none to our mayors. We don't say none to our governors. We don't say none to our senators. We don't say none to our congressmen, our state representative, and our aldermen if you have aldermen in your city. And your aldermen are responsible for the wards in which they cover. Your state representative are responsible for certain areas. You got congressmen that's responsible for certain districts. You got mayors responsible for the city, and you got the governor who's responsible for the state. So what you need to do is make sure you hold their butts accountable and hold their feet to the fire, which we don't do. But I went to early vote, and I thought I was going to do a thing today. I promise you I did. But baby, let me tell you, the line was out the door. And I mean in the parking lot of the facility. And so I walked in. I was going to stand in the line if it was going to be a short line. But honey, when I walked inside that door, that line was all the way down the hallway, including the folks that was outside the door. I said, well, Lord, I guess we'll try this again tomorrow because it won't get done today because I would have been super, 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 super duper late. And I was like, okay, but early voting is all the way up until Monday. So if you have not done it, get it done. If you're contemplating, you need to contemplate quickly. And if you don't know what you want to do, read Project 2025, and it will definitely help you make a decision. If you got men in your life and you're already fearful of, what will happen to them if you let that other person get in there, it's going to be worse than what it is now. I promise you. There is a no holds barred attack on people of color and other ethnic races in Project 2025. Seniors will not have a life. They will be cut off before they even get to 55. If you got pre-existing conditions, you might as well hang it up. Your life is done. You hear what I'm saying? So please don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. This man is dangerous than darkness. I promise you. You know when it get really dark, you can't see what's coming towards you, coming on the side, you come behind you. That's how dangerous he is. And if you don't think so, there's not a hand that you want to play. It's not a thing that you want to test. You need to make sure you get it done. You need to talk to your children and everybody else. And listen to me. A lot of y'all problems ain't got nothing to do with the government. A lot of y'all problems is spending unnecessary money. You ain't got no business spending, trying to keep up with the Joneses or living above your means. That's what it is. Trying to showboat for somebody. That people that really don't matter. But we like to put a lot of stuff on the government. See, I call it the behind the door complaint, the whiners. So you like to complain behind the door. You like to point fingers at everybody else, but you didn't get in those situations overnight. Some of y'all, you didn't. Some of y'all made that mess on your own, but you want everybody else to clean it up except for the person in the mirror who made the mess. So what we need to do is take accountability to our part and stop blaming everything on the government, because everything ain't the government fault. Some of it's y'all fault. Y'all got these deadbeat men living with y'all, sucking up all y'all coins. But you can't blame on the government. You got to blame on the decision that you made. But make sure that whatever you do, you let your voice be heard. Don't think it don't count, because it count either way it goes. Whether you do it or you don't, it's still going to count, and it's going to make a difference. And one vote do make a difference. So do your due diligence and do your part and get out there and vote. I don't care who you vote for. Just vote. But make sure you vote that's going to work for you. Make sure you understand the reasons why you voted. Don't talk about, I don't know, and I'm just going to eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That's not how that works. Let your voice be heard. Your vote is your voice. And what we need to understand, and we can register in our minds, every politician is your employee. You have guidelines at work. Things that go with benefits, same thing would go with politicians. They don't do what you need to do. You have a right to evict them from the seat. Your landlord don't have no problem putting no 5-day notice on your door. The banks don't have no problem with foreclosing on your property. Car people don't have no problem with repossessing your vehicle. Companies don't have no problem with giving you a pink slip and tell you thank you for your service, but we no longer need you anymore. I don't know what the hell is our problem with evicting politicians out the seat when they don't do what we need them to do. That's from the lowest of levels all the way up to the presidency. You are the controller of that seat, and what we need to do is start acting like it. So get your behind out there and vote. You hear what I'm saying? Go vote.